Hello, and welcome to the 37th episode of the But I'm Knitting podcast. This is the first one for 2018 for me, and honestly, let's just go on with it. I wanted to do a recap of the projects that I have finished for the year, the ones that I'm still working on, and the ones that I do want to cast on for the year. And anything else? I do want to cast on for the year. And I guess my progress throughout the year. So it's kind of like a recap for last year, where I am now, and where I'm heading to. So let's start with what I have done for this year. One of the things I had planned to do was a box of socks knit along, and I technically didn't make it. I made it to 10 pairs for the year that are completely and absolutely done, other than ends need to be woven in. But I gave 2 of them away. And so once you give them away, that's not part of the box of socks knit along. But honestly, that's okay with me, because my box is now full. My drawer is full. I don't need to really worry about making 12 pairs of socks for the year. So we'll go through these. They're not going to be on the blockers because, ooh, I'm missing. There's the other one. So let's just go through them. I can't guarantee the order that I'm going to show them in, but if I can, I'll try and remember to tell you something about the sock, like the color, if I can remember, or where I got the yarn from. So the first pair, these ones were from, I don't think I gave these ones a name. I don't name majority of my socks. But the yarn, is from No Makers in the Castiel colorway. I remember being very excited when I got this. So that's one. Put you there. This one. These ones, do I remember the pattern name for these ones? I just know the yarn is Wool & Vine on her footsie base, and the colorway is called Pandora. That's what I used for the main one. The pattern is by, oh, my memory is escaping me. You know what? I'm going to put all of my information for the stuff that I do down below. But this is for Karen Burr. That's it. Karen Burr. I can't remember the name of the pattern, but I will put it in the down bar below. So that's pair number 2. Pair number 3, a self-striping that I dyed. Just a plain vanilla with ends hanging loose, as per usual. Pair number 4. These are my modified rye socks. I think the pattern originally is by Tin Can Knits. All I did was just change it for fingering weight. It's really easy. Once you see the pattern, it's very easy. I think it's a free pattern online. So the yarn is from Knit Picks. It's from their Hawthorne base, but I can't remember the colorway name. So that's these. Then these I dyed myself. I dyed these actually at the same time that I dyed my self-striping ones. So I dyed them actually at the same time. This one was self-striping, this one was variegated. So I like the way that these turned out. On all of them, I've done a fish lips kiss heel. That's pretty much my go-to. These ones, can I remember? These are the Hermione Everyday Socks. I don't know what number I'm on right now for the thing. Doesn't matter. Hermione Everyday Socks. The yarn is from Knit Picks. It's Hawthorne. It was from got like a 12 box set of sock yarn from them. Actually, if I turn you a little bit this way, you see that brown box right there? That's what they all came in. So I thought it was useful because I'd get what I had yarn for the year and a box to put them in. And honestly, I barely used any of the yarn from there, surprisingly. Okay, next pair. These ones, pattern from Cookie A. I can't remember what the name is. I think it's Circe. Yeah, Circe socks. The yarn, again, is from Knit Picks. It's a Hawthorne. Can't remember the colorway. And my last pair, I think these are just a plain vanilla. Yep, these are just a plain vanilla. And it's another Knit Picks Hawthorne. The only thing I did differently with these ones is I did a little color variation on the toes. So that's it. Those are my 8 pairs of socks that I finished for the year. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Yep. 8 pairs of socks I did for the year. So they will have their ends woven in and put into the drawer and all of that kind of stuff at a later date. So that takes care of that. Other things that I've done for the year, I've given away a couple pairs of socks. My aunt got a pair. My cousin, no, my aunt got, let me be more specific. My aunt left with 2 pairs of socks for the year, plus one that I have on the needles for her. My cousin, I gave her a pair of socks for her birthday, so I have another one that I was supposed to do for her as well. So that I did those. Honestly, I don't remember the rest of the stuff that I knit socks-wise, for other people. My other thing that I was really happy that I knit was my Baba hat. These like flew off the needles, but yet it still doesn't have a pom-pom. I was supposed to put a pom-pom on these from look how long ago. And it still looks absolutely adorable, except there's an extra little thing sticking out. So eventually I will get around to doing that pom-pom, but once I think I would consider the hat to be done, because it can be worn exactly as it is, right? And it's adorable. So we got that, and I'm done for the year. And then the major thing that I did for the year was my speckle and pop shawl. Sorry. My speckle and pop shawl, which still needs to be blocked, that my friend has asked for me for wondering, when is it going to be finished? When am I going to get it? So my speckle and pop shawl. And those are pretty much all of the projects that I have definitely finished for the year. I have a bunch of halfway objects and current works in progress, and projects that I found that I'm just sort of like, I was working on that. So let's go with the ones that I know. So there was the pair of socks that I was working on from before. This was supposed to be for the box of socks, but didn't finish. So this one is another Hermione Everyday Socks. The yarn is from Magic Ketty. Or I don't know if that's the yarn name or what, but it's Magic Ketty. It's a self-striping. I did not quite get the stripings to match up, but last time you saw, I didn't even cast this one on. So that's why it's right there at the beginning. But I managed to make it to the heel. I was planning on finishing it this weekend when I was away, and then I didn't realize, I looked in the bag while I was already away, that I actually forgot the first sock, so I'd have nothing to measure it against, and I guess it kind of discouraged me, and I just put it away, and I didn't touch it for the rest of the weekend. So, this is how far I've made it. This would have been pair number, I guess, 9 for the box. So, that's one work in progress going into 2018. My second work in progress is from my sock blank, not my sock blank, the sock blank from Andre Sue. I have not made any progress on it since I did it. It's a toe up for this one. So it's just the one sock that's done. This progress keeper was just there because I didn't add anything new to it. So this is just marks the beginning of the heel going toe up. So that's all that's there. I haven't even cast on for the second one. I still really love it. The foxes are adorable. So I think I've lost one fox so far. The other side? Yep. I've lost one out of the 3 foxes. So if that's the case, then it should take me another fox, and I'll still have 2 left. I'm kind of happy about that. I didn't make them too long, but I made them long enough. They should be good. So let's put this back. Let's see. So those are the 2 projects I'm actively working on, so to speak. Not including my blanket. My blanket's a totally different story. That's a many year project. Let's see, what else do I have? What's this one? Oh, right. This one was supposed to be done from a long time ago. Okay, these are the business casual socks. The yarn is business casual socks. I'm trying to remember. I can't remember. The colorway is called Boombox. The yarn, Hedgehog Fibers, yes. So the business casual socks, the pattern is from Tania's Lavallée. So this is as far as I made it on one sock. That's it. This has probably been sitting down there since the summer. Haven't touched it. Still have a whole bunch of yarn left. So that's another one of the projects that needs to get done. Well, if it's any consolation, I will definitely not be casting on any new socks anytime soon. I've got vanilla socks. I've got pattern socks. There's nothing else I should need in between. That takes care of that one. What else do I have in here that needs to be done? This one. Oh, yeah, the other foot from my aunt's sock that I started from before the other two pairs I gave her. I don't remember what the pattern is, but one was done. This is for her? It seems a little bit big. We have the same foot size, and this looks big to me. I'm not quite sure as to what's going on with this one. I'll have to measure it and double check again. But that's sock number 1. The yarn is one that I dyed. I think I called it Sweet Peach. This is one of the Kool-Aid ones. So that is still not it for my works in progress for socks. I think there's one more? Yeah. Yeah. This one is a test knit that I had done. And I did one sock. And I didn't do the other one. It's called the churro. Right. So I still have to do the second sock. The yarn I dyed myself. So there's this. And I still have to do the second sock. With my own yarn. The name of the yarn for this one was Cheeto Dust Print. Right? Cheeto Dust Print or Cheesy Dust Print? Something like that. So I have to finish that. I've got the pattern in my hand. I think this one is, yep, this one's from Karen Burr as well. So I only needed one sock for the test. So that was done. And that is it for, I think, socks in progress. All of my socks that are currently in progress I have not completely given up on. So that's all of that. That's a lot. I've got a few other projects. This is coming out. I've got a few other projects that that are on the needles as well that are not done but need to be done. One is the Easy Lace shoulder top. I don't know if you guys remember this from the summer. Yeah. Remember this thing? That's pretty much where it was left. This was supposed to be a summer knit-along. It feels like the middle of winter right now, and that's still exactly where I am. So I will get around to it. I promise. I don't know. I've got other stuff on my thing that I want to... Something just fell off, but I don't even know what it is. Hopefully it's nothing too important. Maybe, I think it's probably a button that came off of my bag. I'll find it afterwards. Hopefully I will make progress and actually finish this thing. Because I do... That is one of the hardest things for me, is I don't finish... I've never really finished a sweater that I actually think fits properly. I actually have more on the needle than you think. There's one that I have called the Hitofude. I like that one. I think it's down here. Sorry. Now it's just a matter of actually looking to see if I can figure out which bag I put that in. Because like this is like my bag of other projects that I need to finish. Like here's one that I was doing before. This one is the ooh, what's it called? My memory is shot. I did it as a part of a knit-along, and I finished the original one, but I did not like the way it fit at all. So I decided to do another one. I'll write it in the down bar below, hopefully. So there's that one. This one, I think this is this the antler mitts? Yeah, the antler mitts. Remember, these were supposed to be done? One hand done. I'm at the point where you start decreasing for the fingers, and I haven't touched it since. I'll get around to that. That shouldn't take long. It's just a matter of motivation for that one. This one, oh, I think this is the Vulpix shawl. Yep. This one is actually really, really nice. But I have to figure out where I was in the pattern before I can continue it. This was a Stephen West pattern from way back when. I casted it on maybe about a couple years ago. And I love the color transition and all that kind of stuff. I can't stretch it out completely or else it will fall off the needles. But if you can see if I can open it up a little bit more there. So, like, I love that. That looks, actually, it's upside down in comparison to how it should be. I think, yeah, if we're going from the top, it would be like this. So, I like it. I need to figure out where I am so I can finish it. The yarn feels so nice. It's from Penguin Soup. I don't know if she still dyes. But, yeah, I got them as a part of a sock club that she was doing. Sock yarn club that she was doing. So, I gotta finish this one. Oops, don't catch the yarn in the zipper. Oh, I'm gonna have a mess to clean up with all this stuff taking it out. Another shawl. This one, another Stephen West one. What did I call it? What is this one called? I actually wrote out the pattern on cue cards to make it easier. But the problem is, It's the Barndom shawl. So, I started this back in 2014. I'm quite sure. You want to know how far I've made it since? Because I remember I worked at Target at the time, and this is just before my store was opening, and I said I wanted a shawl that I could wear, and the third color for this one was going to be like, you know, the Target red. That was going to be okay. I even checked with my manager, and it was going to be fine. And Target had left Canada. They left Canada quite some time ago, and it's still not done. But I don't think I have the red anymore. I don't know what I'll do. But it was coming along so nicely. So since I have it mostly written out on cue cards, right, card 8, because I actually numbered every single one of the card. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and card 9. Okay. I gotta work on this. That one's actually going to be pretty easy to keep track of what's what. Do I have the labels for the yarn still? No, that's not it. Let me check. Oh, the dark color is Spring Tree Road in the colorway Coal, which is, yeah. And the yellow one, do I have a label for that? No, but I found a pen. Okay. Just checking. No label for the second one. I don't remember where it's from. It's probably somewhere on my Lavallée page. We'll see. So this is another one. I gotta get like these needles free is the thing, because like they're all still in the middle of projects, and none of them I actually really want to unravel. So another one. What is that? What's this one? Ah, this is the one I was talking about. I remember the name of the teal one. It's the Featherweight cardigan. I'll put it in. So this was the Hitofude I was telling you about. I started doing this one because I saw one of my friend who taught me how to knit socks. I saw her knitting one of these and I thought it was beautiful. So I said, I'm going to make one too. And I had the yarn that would work perfectly for it. It's the, what kind of yarn is it? Is it Lions brand? Loops and Threads Wool-like. You can get so much yardage out of this, and it's going to be thin. It doesn't have to be thick at all. It's just, you know, something you throw over stuff. This is as far as I've made it. I still need to finish this. I like it, but it's another one of those ones that's going to take time. I can't make any guarantees as to what I'm going to cast on and what I'm going to work with. So, because there are other stuff that I want to work on, but I still want to finish this stuff. And that's getting to be like a mantra. I'm saying it over and over again. And I will get around to finishing these things at some point. Going through the drawer. I think that... Nope. Nope, that's okay. That's not a finished product. Ooh, but I found my mittens that I forgot that I had. Oh. So I made these, not last year, but I made these in 2016. This was... I cast it on, and originally it was going to be a pair of socks. And then, I don't know, partway through, before I reached to the heel, I decided, you know what? I'd rather have mittens, because it was cold outside. That's what influenced me. I don't remember what the yarn is, but the pattern is from one of Mina's sock patterns. So I just continued doing it all the way up the back of the hand. So I love this. I got the yarn from a shopping trip that I went to with my knitting circle when we went to Paris, Ontario. That's where I got it from. Yeah, that trip that we got, that's where I got it from. Or, no, it was a trip earlier on in the year. That's it. So, I love these mittens. I've never actually worn them outside, though. And I think I got one more sweater. This one, another one of those ones that I want to finish, and I bought the yarn specifically for this project, and I'm mostly done. I really am. What am I on for this, though? This one is called the Shapely Boyfriend cardigan. I'm on this, nope, that was on hold. I have one sleeve done. I only have another sleeve left to do, and the collar. That's it. Do I have the yarn for it? Yes, I do. So why isn't this thing done? I have no clue. So I think, you know what, this is the one I'm going to finish before I cast on any other sweaters. Because this can definitely be done. Because seriously, look at this. It's pretty much done. It's like more than halfway done. Oh, Oh gosh, yeah, and it's long enough and everything too. And once I put the, oh, I need to finish this. Okay, so that's all my works in progress and a lot of projects that I need to finish. So I just got to find the tips for those ones and finish those up. And hopefully I can get the sleeves to still match. Hopefully. I was using my, oh, that's why. I was using my interchangeable Shawl glue sets for this one. So that's everything. So, I don't know if I said it on my, oh wow, 20 minutes in. I don't know if I said it on my last podcast or one of my last vlogs that, as to whether or not I was going to, I think I showed my stash, of just sock yarn. While it may not be a lot to some people, to me, it does feel like a lot. I have all of this for sock yarn up there. That whole thing up there is all filled up with nothing but sock yarn. Like, I don't have any more space to put anymore, and I don't want to give any more space to it. So I pretty much vowed that I'm not going to be buying any more sock yarn until Knitter's Frolic. So I'm gonna, somebody actually gave me the suggestion once they saw that vlog update and says that I should do a knit along for a stash down. And that sounds like a great idea. I don't know if I'm going to do it for prizes or not. And it's pretty much just a, knit through your stash. One of the ways that I'm planning on doing that this year, I have a list. I got a list that I wrote down in my bullet journal for 2018. See, it's pretty. Of what projects that I want to work on. And I'm going to do my absolute best, especially if it's a fingering weight project, to use what I have in my stash. And if I'm not going to use what's in my stash, maybe I can dye a skein instead of going out and go buying more for now, because I want to get more space inside of there. So we've made it through the we've made it through my finished projects for 2016. We've made it through my current works in progress. We've made it through all of the crap that I have sitting in my bag that's like, why haven't you finished it? The only thing we haven't touched on is my blanket and my projects coming up for this year. So, let's go through the blanket. I don't have... See, I had a plan of what I was going to do for this Christmas vacation, that I was going to even do a little tutorial as to how I do my blanket, and somehow or another time got away from me, and I didn't do it. I can't say I was not able to do it. I didn't do it. I'm not certain exactly how many squares I have in my blanket. It's over 400 for sure. So what I'm going to do, I am going to make sure that, I guess within the next couple of weeks, I am going to do a video, maybe a video tutorial as to how I do my blanket, because I see the way that most people do it, and it's not the same way that I do it. It could be because of there's the issue with the angle that I do it on, there's the issue of the border, and then there's the triangles that are needed for these. I will definitely give credit where credit is due for those other things. So, because the thing is, for my blanket, none of these ideas are just mine on my own. They're stuff that I've kind of pillaged from others blanket knitters. Mostly for one style of blanket, and I took that idea and I ran with it. The only things that I can think of that I came up on my own is changing some of the colors somewhat neatly with different mini skeins, but that's honestly not that hard to do. People do that for like scrappy sock yarns people do that with scrappy socks all the time, so it's nothing all that amazing with what I've done. So hopefully within the next couple of weeks I'll be able to do a video as to how I started my blanket, how I did the squares, where you can go to for the edging. I would actually definitely send you to definitely put links for a website that I found that does it. So yeah, that would be everything for the blanket for now. So it's big, it's huge. I'm going to try and give time to it this year. Definitely want to devote time to it, because I did good for the first 3 months. For the first 3 months of 2017, I put on well over 100 squares on this blanket, and I want to make sure I do that again for this year, if not do it for longer. because I want this done. Not necessarily like it has to be done, but I want to see more progress on it than what I've given it. More progress, more attention than what I've given to it. So, now, hold on. Oh, I just want to show this off. Because I saw somebody on Instagram who did this for the beginning of their bullet journal for the year. So this is what I did for mine. This is the beginning of 2018. Before that is my stuff for December, so there's not all that much in there. So my projects for 2018 that I want to do. There's actually supposed to be a knit along. I saw Christy Glass talking about it for this year, that I'm gonna participate in it because I want to do this shawl since I saw it, and I'm gonna do it for my stash just like I plan to. So one of the patterns I'm gonna be doing is the Doodler. It's a shawl by Stephen West. Another one I want to do is Whiskeyfied by Melanie Berg. I bought that pattern from back in the summer. I got it on sale and I loved it. There is another, is it a hat? I can't remember because I didn't write down exactly what they are. Not smart, but one pattern called Tides by Doris Formby. I want to do the Pine Bow Cowl by Diana Walia. The thing with that is I made one for my sister a few years back, like a smaller one, because she was probably about five at the time. So I had already planned that I was going to make one for myself, and I think I still have the yarns just sitting inside there, so I should probably, just get on that. I wanted to do the Flax or the Flax Light by Tin Can Knits. So I'm trying to incorporate something other than just socks in what I knit. So you'll see I have I have quite a few shawls. I have a cowl or two, and I also have a few sweaters. I can't guarantee I'm going to do my best to do as many of these things as possible. There's one pair of socks on here that I have called the Mick Ellington by Daniel Griffin. I want to do a hat by Karen Heimberger called Starstruck Hat. And then there's like a cardigan that I saw from way back when. It's been a few years, and I've been wanting to do it, called the Campsite Cardi. So I'm going to get around to that one. For that one, I definitely have to get DK weight yarn, and I think that's really the only thing that's held me back from starting it, because I don't really have that in my stash. So that has to be an actual considered effort of leaving the house to go get it. Maybe I'll put that on my list as to something for Tin Can Knits. Not Tin Can Knits, sorry. The Knitter's Frolic. That I'm going to make a list of yarn that I should look out for while I'm there. There's also the Find Your Fate Shawl by Andrea Mowry that everybody was doing last year. I'm going to get back to that in just a moment. I got the Elwood sweater. That's for my grandfather, which I have to do. And I still have to get the yarn for that one. And the Rapunzel cardigan. That's one that I saw. It's a beautiful cable design. I want to get around to doing that. That's probably my more iffy one as to when I'm going to get that one done. But I need to get cracking on these projects. So let me go back to the Find Your Fade. I don't know why, I thought when I left my house on Friday, oh yeah, I'll get these socks done and I'm going to need something to knit. So I'm going to, do something big and epic and start it, when New Year's hits, called the Find Your Fade Shawl. You want to know something? I restarted that thing so many times and it is still nowhere close to even getting halfway through the first repeat. Right? So, hold on. It pretty much looks like a hot mess. I've pulled this thing out so many times. Oh, dang, it fell. So, I did it once, didn't line up, pulled it out. Did it twice, didn't like it, pulled it out. So, right now, I'm at this. That is it. Okay? I'm doing this all for my stash, but I have not made any progress on it. So, let me show you the yarns that I'm using for this. I can put that away for now. I only traveled with 3 of them, and I have the other 4 in my stash. Okay. Ooh, dang. Sorry, I went out before I started filming, and my jogging pants are kind of crappy right now. They need to be washed because of the salt on the road and all that. So, color 2, color 3. Okay, so this is color 1. It's from, my mind is really, like, stumped right now. It's from Wilmy's, colorway, I don't remember. We're just going to leave it at that. I got this from Nitpicks. I think it's Goldenrod. Got it from a while ago. This one, I don't remember where I got it, but I definitely got it from a local yarn shop. This one here. I think it's Manos del Uruguay. I think that's what it is. Manos del Uruguay. So that's the first 3 colors, which then is supposed to lead into last one. Come on, last one. Okay. Then it's supposed to go. Hold on. See if we can get this done somewhat neatly. So you saw these ones. Put those there, which is then going to go with, starting there, from this one to this one to this one, and then put those down because my hands are too small, which then goes from this one to this one. I hope that works out okay. And then last but not least is my leftovers for my Greninja socks that I gave to my aunt. So hopefully that will be good and that will be enough. I hope so. So we'll see how much progress I'm making this thing, because I was just struggling. I couldn't get it to line up properly. I think it's a central double decrease in the middle, and I was trying to follow what it said in the pattern, and maybe I don't know if my head's not working right in the game, but I'm just going to do the same kind of, I've determined I'm just going to do the same kind of central double decrease like what I do in the blanket, and just not focus on exactly what's in the pattern for that step, because I think it's the same thing, but my mind is not catching it, reading it from the paper. So that is everything for that. So just thinking, like, yeah, so the other major thing, I guess, for my recap that I'm really happy that I'm trying to branch out into is dyeing my own yarn. I have dyed it for myself, right? That was my first thing. I have a friend who really liked it. She actually wants to get into knitting socks and was very excited when she saw what I did and said she wanted to, she bought a couple of them off of me. And I was actually really happy about that. There have even been mentions from the podcast of other people who said they're going to be interested in buying it, which really motivates me to continue to do it. Like, I don't think I'm going to be big where I could actually support myself in doing this, but it's like, it's gets to share my creativity with other people around who are knitters as well. So hopefully very soon, like within the next month, I'd be able to really start to put it on the market on an Etsy shop. I'm just waiting for a couple of things to come in so that I could actually really get to do it and send the stuff off in a manner which I think is proper, as opposed to it being a little bit too disorganized and hard to follow. So that's one thing to look up for. Hopefully within the next month I'll be able to say that I'm opening up my shop. So that is everything for this week. I think so. Yeah. So right now I have, oh wow, I think this is going to be like either the longest or the second longest I've ever talked about my knitting. That's going to be it for me today. I missed out on last week, and that was mostly due to lack of willingness to do anything. I did Vlogmas. Sorry. Many of you were watching and commented. I am thankful for all the comments, and thank you all for actually for watching it as well. I realize I am no vlogger. I have the whole concept of, like, I'll go to places where everybody takes pictures and I will never remember to take out my camera to take a picture. Things like that. So the fact that I made it through that and I did it more than once is pretty good for me. So that is going to be thinking. Yeah, that's going to be it for me. Thank you for watching. I will definitely have another episode next week, either Tuesday or Wednesday. That's usually when I do it. So only reason it's on Tuesday this week is because I'm working tomorrow. So I got scheduled, and I'm going to be gone all day. And by the time I finish my shift, I am not going to want to to turn anything on. So that is everything for, I think it's like the 5th time I've told you that that's everything. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have a good day. Bye.